Hello?
Miss Lestico, guess what time it is?
What time?
It's time for math!
Yay!
Welcome back to another day of math. I'm so excited today, Miss Lestico.
Oh my goodness, today is a very important day in this unit because get what, Miss Lime?
It's the last day of telling time to the hour.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. We have done such a good job telling time to the hour. Well, we should probably take a look at our target. What's our target?
Well, our target is still I can read and write time to the hour on digital and analog clock.
Oh, that's right. We've been learning how to do it on both of those types of clocks. Let's review. Miss Lestico, can you go over the parts of a clock and tell us about them?
All right, so the first clock that we've been learning about is our analog clock. Remember, we have a face and we have hands on the clock, but one hand is our short hand. That is going to be our hour hand because it points to the big hour numbers on the face of the clock, and that's how we read the hour in time. And then we have our minute hand. It's a really, really long hand. It goes all the way to the top of the clock to show you what the minutes are. And finally, Miss Lime, we have a digital clock.
Oh, that's right. And a digital clock is probably what most of us were used to seeing all the time, but now we're used to analog clocks. The digital clock is going to have the numbers displayed, and they don't use any hands, but they do have this colon, which are the two dots. And that's how I know to separate my hour from my minutes, because otherwise it would just look like one gigantic number. I think we should practice making some time.
I think so too. So remember, we've been working on time to the hour, which means that every single time our minutes have been what, Miss Lime?
Our minutes have been 00, because that's an exact o'clock time. Now, we've been practicing all week building the time on the Judy clock, but I'm going to draw the analog clock today because I want to make sure you remember how to draw the hands on a clock. Okay, Miss Lestico.
Are you ready for our first time, Miss Lime?
I am ready. What time should we make?
All right, I am going to put a time on our digital clock. So I'm writing the hour first. I have my two dots or my colon, and then I have my minutes. So this is the time that Miss Lime is going to make on our analog clock.
I know that says 4 o'clock. So I need my hour hand, which is shorter. I'm going to use blue, and I'm going to draw my hour hand to the 4. Right there. It's pointing directly towards the 4. Now I need my minutes, and it's an o'clock or 00 minutes. So I'm going to put my minute hand directly to the 12. That's how I know it's an o'clock. I'm going to make sure that my minute hand is longer, and it's going straight up to the 12. Oh, Miss Lestico, I want to build a time and see if you can write it digitally.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, see if you can guess what time I'm going to draw.
My goodness. So Miss Lime is going to leave her minute hand because we are working just on time to the hour right now. So our minutes are staying the same this whole time.
Okay, Miss Lestico, I drew a time that I would normally be eating dinner.
Oh, okay. So I see that it is straight up and down. So I have to figure out which one's the hour hand and the minute hand. So I know that the blue short hand is pointing towards the 6. So my hours would be 6. And I'm going to put my colon for the digital time. And my minute hand is pointing at the 12. So it should be o'clock. So I write 2 zeros for o'clock.
Great job, Miss Lestico.
Thanks. All right, it's my turn, Miss
Okay.
Lime. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's see what time we're going to do. Oh, this is a time that you should probably be in bed by. I know Miss Lestico is definitely in bed by this time. It is...
Oh, Miss Lime is also definitely in bed by that time. 10 o'clock. Okay, so the hours come first. It's before the colon, so I know my hour hand, my shorter hand, needs to be pointing at the 10. And my minute hand, 00, is going to be pointing directly at the 12 because 00 minutes is the o'clock number. And so I know my minute hand is going to be pointing up straight to the 12.
Good job, Miss Lime.
Thank you. I made sure to make it longer than my hour hand, too. I don't know if they can see it super well.
You really have to be able to tell which one's the hour hand and the minute hand. And when you're drawing a clock, sometimes it can get confusing if you draw one too long or one too short. So it's always okay to go back and erase if you can't tell when you're drawing your clock.
That's right. Ooh, Miss Lustico, I have a challenge for you.
All right, Miss Lime, I think I'm ready.
Oh,
Let me erase my digital
Okay.
time.
Let's see.
I am all ready.
I'm going to make an analog time for Miss Lustico. Ooh, this is a time at school when we're getting ready for lunch.
Oh.
Okay, Miss Lustico.
Okay, so I know that even though both of the hands look like they're together, there's actually two hands here and they're both pointing to the 12. So that means that my hours would be 12. So I'm going to write 12 for my hours and then my dot, dot. And I know if the minute's pointing at the 12 too, I'm not going to write another 12 because my minutes would be 0, 0 when they're pointing at the 12. So this would be 12 o'clock. Miss Lime, do you
Great
remember
job.
what else we call this time if we're eating lunch?
Oh, okay. If it's during the day and we're eating lunch, we call this noon. So if it's 12 o'clock, you might hear somebody say noon. That's just like a nickname for 12 o'clock. Wait, if it isn't day and it's night,
Oh.
what do they call 12 o'clock?
Oh, well, I remember that we see the same number 2 times
Mhm.
during the day. So if one is noon and the other one is in the middle of the night, we call it midnight.
That's right, midnight. And you definitely should be asleep if it's midnight.
Mhm.
Wow. Telling time is so much fun.
And it's so important because it helps us get places on the right time and know when we have to go to places or come back from places.
That's right. Well, today on Seesaw, or in your classroom, you are going to take your summative assessment telling time.
I can't wait to see how much you've learned about telling time to the hour.
That's right. And when we come back tomorrow, we're starting a new unit in math that's going to help us learn how to recognize numbers. But you guys are going to do great telling time.
Good luck, first grade.